Thousands of men made the ultimate sacrifice 70 years ago to help put the Allies on a path to victory. One small town in Virginia, though, was hit especially hard, losing 19 boys by day's end. Mike Barnacle has the story of the group that will forever be known as the Bedford Boys.
All facing west, toward the beach where they landed, the channel they crossed, and the land that they left to come and help rid the world of the terror that was Hitler's Third Reich. Omaha Beach. The American Cemetery, Colville-sur-Mer, Normandy. 172 acres, 9,386 headstones, bleached white by sun, wind, and time.
Normandy, from the Cherbourg Peninsula, eastward to the mouth of the Seine, shook with a tremendous roar of battle.
150,000 Allied soldiers. They came ashore at 6:30 on the morning of 6 June, 1944. The noise, stunning. The carnage, horrific. The bravery, constant. Omaha Beach was a fortress. Machine guns hid clear in interlocking fields of fire from cement pillboxes. Men dropped in the water, caught in a buzzsaw of bullets as soon as the gates opened. Some drowned, others barely made it ashore. Men like Lawrence Brannan never forget.
I got this about noon or a little later. I laid on that shelf right down there until 8 o'clock that night and watched it. I saw it all. I saw a boat with 300 guys in it burn up. They couldn't get out.
Brannan, 94 now, is from Morristown, Tennessee. His days forever shaped by what happened here 70 years ago.
The 1st Battalion hit right down there. Germans had bradished it up and they couldn't go. They killed 800 of them right against that bradish. There were bodies floating out 200 yards out in the water. When I went out that night, they moved them out of the way for us to go back out. Man, it was just hell, really, you know. I actually saw I'd say over 2,000 people killed that I could see them. I lived 1,000 years that day.
At day's end, more than 1,500 American soldiers had been killed. One of them was Private Ray Stevens of Bedford, Virginia, a town of 3,200 folks. Private Stevens and his twin brother Roy belonged to Company A, 29th Infantry. They were only 2 of 30 young men from Bedford who hit the beach 70 years ago with the 29th. By dusk, 19 would be dead. 2 sets of brothers would perish in the campaign. One small town still carrying history's heartache. The monuments of history are all still here. Pont du Hoc, where American Rangers scaled a 100-foot-high sheer cliff to capture a German gun emplacement. The hedgerows, thick, dangerous, and ever-present. The villages, still looking much the same as they did when the Allies came calling. And the largest of the cemeteries, the one that sits on a bluff above the beach where World War II in Europe began to end, Omaha Beach, where those who died in Europe serve as a daily reminder of the horror of war and the price of freedom and democracy. And it is here, no matter the season, no matter how many years pass, the sun still sets on sacred ground where heroes look west, toward home, toward America.
And Mike Barnacle standing by, it's hard to imagine that town on that day and the days after that to lose so many of their own.
Oh, Mika, it's 70 years later, it's incomprehensible to think how, parents could deal with such grief and in such a small environment, 3,400 people in 1944 in that town. So many served and so many died.